We have a beautiful saddlebred mare named Dux. Several times a week we take Dux from the pasture to the barn to provide her with the good care she needs. Veterinary care, shoeing, grooming, and to provide her with special treats. This story tells how the trips to the barn have changed over the last 11 years. Dux's owner selects her from among the several horses in the pasture. The owner only takes the horse that belongs to them. Because there are good things at the barn, we might wish that all horses be taken to the barn. However, only Dux, who belongs to the owner, is in fact taken. In our relationship with our Heavenly Father, we have much in common with Dux in her relationship with her owner. Just as Dux does not choose her owner, we do not choose God. God chooses us. God only takes to himself the people that belong to him. Only God knows who belongs to him, and God chooses the time to reveal his ownership to a person. Dux does not choose on her own to leave the pasture. Even though the barn offers things that will greatly benefit her, even critically needed benefits such as medical care, Dux will still choose to stay in the pasture. The pasture is familiar. Dux can run in the pasture. The pasture is comfortable. The important benefits at the barn do not seem tangible enough to Dux to motivate her to move. We don't choose to follow Jesus on our own. We prefer the familiarity of our life without God. Even when our life is going very badly, we resist giving up what is familiar. We don't realize the wonderful benefits of being with Jesus. God must draw us out of our comfort zone in order to get us to follow him. When the owner decides to take Dux to the barn, he attaches a cord to her halter and tugs on her to start the journey to the barn. That tug is the signal to Dux that it is time to go to the barn. Jesus tugs on our hearts to signal us to follow him. We will not spontaneously choose to go with Jesus. We must be signaled with the tug before we realize we are to follow him. The tug on our heart from Jesus is our proof that we belong to him. This tug may seem like a subtle signal. However, those who feel it find its reality to be beyond dispute. The cord the owner attaches to Dux is special. It is a strong, highly elastic bungee cord. The cord is so strong that Dux cannot break it. However, because it is highly elastic, Dux is free to pull away from the owner if she wishes. She can pull up, back, left, right. She can pull as hard as she wishes. The cord will never break, and the owner will never let go of the cord. Jesus tugs on our bungee cord to draw us to him. He does not drag us to him. Instead, Jesus patiently waits while we exercise the free will he has given us. We are free to pull away from him, stretching the bungee cord. Even though we pull away, he never lets go of us. Jesus will always hold on to anyone who belongs to him. No matter how hard we pull away, God holds firmly to the bungee cord. We can take great comfort in knowing that nothing we do will cause God to let go of us. As Dux pulls on the bungee cord, she puts painful pressure on her neck. The further she pulls away, the greater the pain she feels. The owner does not jerk on the cord. The owner patiently waits for Dux to decide on her own to stop pulling on the cord, and thereby stop the pain she is inflicting on herself. If we pull away from God, we inflict pain on ourselves. The further we pull away, the greater is the pain we experience. Jesus waits until we decide pulling away from God is not a good idea. We will eventually realize that peacefully following God is far better than experiencing the pain of pulling away. Our realization of the desirability of following God may take a long time, but Jesus is patient. Dux is smart, as horses go, but the owner needed to take Dux to the barn many times before she learned that following the owner peacefully was better than using her free will to struggle against the owner. After 11 years of being taken to the barn, Dux has made a total of 1,600 trips from the pasture to the barn. Now, on most days, Dux walks peacefully by the side of the owner. She seldom stretches the bungee cord. Dux has learned that a peaceful journey to the barn is far better than struggling continually. Now the owner is able to pet her and scratch her ears, which she loves, while they peacefully walk from the pasture to the barn. Are we as smart as Dux? Can we learn in less than 1,600 trips to walk peacefully with our God, enjoying His comforting presence along the way? Can we learn that the walk with Jesus can be a joy rather than a struggle? Finally, to summarize the 5 main points of this parable. Number 1, Jesus chooses the people that belong to Him and signals our relationship to Him by tugging on our hearts. Number 2, even after He has signaled that we belong to Him, we cling to our familiar life separate from God, even when that life is going very badly. We will only leave our familiar life when Jesus draws us to Him. Number 3, as God draws us to Him, He permits us to exercise free will within the limits He prescribes. We can pull away from Him as far as we choose. However, the more we pull away, the greater is the pain we inflict on ourselves. Number 4, no matter how far we pull away from God, He will never let go. We need have no fear that our bad choices will break our bond to Him. Number 5, sooner or later, those who belong to Him will realize that walking peacefully with God is far preferable to struggling against Him. We will eventually discover the joy of being at peace with God and enjoy the bountiful blessings He has for us.